Hi, I'm Jay.
And I'm Allie.
For Things Adventured.
This video is a little bit late, but that is because we are halfway through our 3-week overlanding trip.
Enjoy. On the previous episode, we had finished the filler neck just barely with just enough welding wire. She's been on the bed, or on the truck that is, for last few weeks. So a bit of a time jump for us. Last night we got it pulled back so we can finish the headache rack. We're gonna be building an intermediate rack as well that is removable. We got 40 feet of angle iron to work with. And the little welder that could is coming back out again. Let's get into it. There. Now that a few of those are cut, I can probably get to do some welding. So since that is the case, I disconnected the battery, the truck computer, and I learned from last time, I disconnected the radio. Some might say you don't have to. What I learned is it tripped something inside of it, and until I pulled the fuse and put it back in, radio didn't work. So, learn from my mistakes. I thought I had to replace my radio. Thankfully I didn't. But we're gonna get back to it. We got a few more cuts to make before I turn on the welder and get to laying some beads. Folks, here's going to be the second portion of the headache rack. It's all prepped up now, grounded down. It's all square where I want it to be. You can see on the back I'm using multiple different magnets to make sure it's square and stays exactly where I want it to when I tack this sucker in. Yeah. Generally matching the height on the opposite side, but I'll double check after I weld it in. I'll level it out. Then I need to prep both of these and get this sucker tacked in. This will be my cross member where when I'm not running the intermediate rack, where my spare tire will mount to, rotopacks, high lift jack, so on, will mount to that. Settings dialed in. Now we can actually get to laying some beads. I believe I mentioned it earlier in the video that I switched to 0.35 wire. That's just what I have. So I had to change my settings based off that. Now she seems to be working pretty good, so we're gonna lay some beads. Whew. There, now the lunch is had. Already kind of jumped back into it since getting out here. So I cleaned up the one piece that I needed, and now I'm going to prep the 2 vertical pieces for the headache rack to be ready to weld. Let's get into it. We are using quite a few magnets and the vice grip to help keep at least one side where it needs to be. As the lowest point on that side is 15 1/4, and now this is 15 1/4. So that way it will be perfectly straight all the way across. I already know that part is straight, and the part that I just did today is straight. So she should be nice and square. I'm gonna get this side tacked in, adjust the other side, get it tacked in, and we'll do some measurements. Well, that's a pretty big achievement. I got that all welded in, and I decided to walk on it. You've seen that in the little time lapse there. I'd say that's strong enough for a 33-inch tire. I'll hold it. Now just to finish the rest of it. Now again, some of these welds don't look the best, and I admit that. You know, they're pretty spattery here and there, but I'm getting better at it. You know, for not welding since high school, that's looking pretty good now. Got most of the big cuts done. Just got to do a little bit of notching for to get the angle for those angled pieces. And once those guys are on, then it's the main cross member at the top. It's starting to come together. I know I've said that a lot, or it feels like I have, but good to finally see progress. with using a plug-in grinder for this project. A lot of grinding going on. Alright, now that that is tacked in there, I'm hoping it's as straight as it can be. Hoping so. I'm gonna get her fully welded in now. Where we finished off was getting that sucker welded in fully. Now we need to go from the top portion to top portion, make sure both sides are even, so we can get that top bar looking nice and level. There, now that these guys are fully cut out, I already test fit the one for the front of it, and the portion here is for the back. So already test fit it, seems pretty good. Test fit the back one again after cleaning something up. We're going to get that on there and then possibly clean it up and get ready for weld. So I guess I'm just going to grind on this for the next few hours, clean up my welds, and maybe get some wire. If not, this will have to be continued next weekend.